Today, we are going to discuss on the topic parathyroid glands. The parathyroid glands are small endocrine glands and they are closely associated with the thyroid glands. They are ovoid in structure, very few millimeter in the diameter, yellowish reddish in color and arranged in two pairs. These are the superior pairs and these are the inferior pairs. These small glands are situated on the posterior surface of the thyroid glands, but separated from the thyroid gland by thin connective tissue capsule. And two types of cells generally present here. One type of the cells is a chip cells, that is a functional cells, and another type of the cells, oxyphil cells. And in contrast to thyroid glands, the cells of the parathyroid glands are arranged in cords or clumps that are surrounded by a rich network of capillaries. Sandstrom in 1880 reported first time anatomical description of parathyroid glands, and in human, the parathyroid glands are 30 to 35 milligram in weight. If we see the structural organization of the parathyroid gland, each parathyroid gland is surrounded by thin connective tissue septa, and that isolates from the thyroid gland. The septa extends from the capsule in the glands to divide it into poorly defined lobules and to separate the densely packed cord of the cells. The parathyroid gland cells are arranged into anastomosing cords or clumps. The parathyroid glands are arranged into cord-like structure, and that is richly supplied with blood capillaries. The parathyroid gland contains two types of the cells. One type of the cells is the principal cells, that is the chip cells, and another type of the cells, oxyphil cells, that is acidophilic in nature. Now, the parathyroid gland, you see the histological structure, there is two types of the cells, and this type of the cells are the chip cells, and this type of the cells are the oxyphil cells. The chip cells numbers are more in comparison to the oxyphil cells, and they are responsible for the secretion of the parathyroid hormone. They are small in structure, polygonal in shape, and they have centrally localized nuclei and pale staining slightly acidophilic cytoplasm that contain lipofuscin granules and compact glycogen and lipid droplets. The chip cells are distinguished into two types of the cells. Some cells are the light cells and some cells are the dark cells on the basis of staining property of their cytoplasms. And another type of the cells that are the oxyphil cells. Oxyphil cells constitute the minor portion, and they have no any functional secretory role. They are rounded or considerably larger in comparison to chip cells, and they have darker staining nuclei. These are the nuclei. And distinctly acidophilic cytoplasm. They are found in singly or in small cluster and increase the number with age of individual. And no secretory granules, and mitochondria almost fill the cytoplasm. What are the functional aspects of the parathyroid glands? The parathyroid glands consist of two types of the cells. The chip cells are the functional cells, whereas the oxyphil cells, they have no any secretory granules. So the chip cells of the parathyroid glands, they produce parathyroid hormone that is known as PTH. It is also known as parathormone that contains 84 amino acids, and release of parathyroid hormone increases the level of calcium in the blood and simultaneously reduces the phosphate concentration. And secretion of parathyroid gland is regulated by serum calcium level through simple feedback mechanism. Low levels of serum calcium stimulate secretion of parathyroid hormones, and high level of serum calcium inhibits its secretions. Low levels of serum calcium stimulate the secretion of parathyroid hormones, whereas the high levels of serum calcium that inhibits its secretion. So the key to parathyroid hormone regulation is a cell membrane calcium receptor. Now, the main function of the parathyroid hormone is to maintain proper calcium levels in the extracellular body fluids, which is accomplished by raising calcium levels in the bloods, and the action is opposite to or antagonistic to that of the calcitonin, which is produced by the parafollicular cells in the thyroid glands, and the secretion and release of parathyroid hormones primarily depends on the calcium level in the blood, not in the pituitary hormone. The secretion and release of the parathyroid hormone primarily depends on the calcium level. I already mentioned low levels of serum calcium stimulate the secretion of the PTH. It is not dependent on pituitary hormones. As parathyroid hormones maintains optimal level of the calcium in the blood, the parathyroid glands are essential to the lives. The normal plasma level of intact parathyroid hormone, that is a 10 to 55 picogram per ml concentration, that is reported by Gannon 2005. And parathyroid hormone secretion shows a circadian rhythm that increases at the rates. And the main target organ of the parathyroid hormone are bone, kidney, and indirectly the gastrointestinal tract. And parathyroid hormone functions at several sites. Bone resorption, that is stimulated by the parathyroid hormone. The hormone probably has a direct effect on osteoclast and osteocytes. And during osteolysis, both calcium and phosphates are released from calcified bone matrix into the extracellular fluid. And they also targets kidney and the intestine. The distal convoluted tubule in the kidney increases both resorption of calcium from the glomerular filtrate and elimination of the phosphate, sodium, and potassium ion into the urine. Parathyroid hormone also influences the kidneys to form hormone calcitriol, which is the active form of vitamin D, Calcitriol increases calcium absorption from the gastrointestinal tract into the bloodstream. Now, another function, acid-base balance. It has been suggested that parathyroid glands and PTH, parathormone, evolved in terrestrial vertebrates to deal with the problems of acid-base balance. When water is a short supply, a change in acid-base regulation was supposedly necessitated by the loss of the gills and the ready availability of the water in which to dispose of excess hydrogen ions. Now, there is a hypothesis that calcium regulation was a secondary acquisition and that carbonate and phosphate regulation related to acid-base regulation. And that was primitive. And the absence of the parathyroid glands and cellular bone among fishes, that is believed to support this hypothesis. And it would seem that the sudden appearance of parathyroids in tetrapods may be related to more than the problem of calcium homeostasis. Parathyroid hormone influences creatinine metabolism, and it has been reported that the removal of parathyroid gland causes decrease in the creatinine phosphate content in the muscle also. The function of occiput cells in the parathyroid gland is still unknown. Now, what are the hypoparathyroidism and what are the hyperparathyroidism? Hyper means excess secretion. So first one is the primary, that cause bone pain, tenderness due to increased bone resorption. And due to increased circulating calcium, there may be other symptoms associated with hypercalcemia, most commonly dehydration. And most commonly, another phenomena, that is a benign proliferation of the chill cells, is a single gland, and that is known as multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome. That is a primary hyperparathyroidism, and that is generally managed by surgical removal of abnormal parathyroid gland. If surgically parathyroid gland removed from the body, then multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome arises, and that is a primary hyperparathyroidism. And the secondary, renal disease may lead to hyperparathyroidism when too much calcium is lost. There is compensation by the parathyroids and parathyroid hormone is released, and the glands hypertrophy to synthesize more parathyroid hormone. That is known as the secondary hyperparathyroidism. And if secondary hyperparathyroidism situation exists for a prolonged period, the parathyroid tissue may become unresponsive to the blood calcium level and benign to autonomously release of parathyroid hormone, that is known as tertiary hyperparathyroidism. Now, what are the causes for excess secretion? That leads to hypercalcemia, and that causes as bone disease, multiple fractures in weak bones that appear in cyst-like cavities in the bone, and that is osteitis fibrosa cystic. And serum phosphate decreases because of increased renal excretion of phosphate. Kidney stones made of calcium phosphate. These are the kidney stones that arises. It may be calcium phosphate, it may be oxalates crystals, and that are a common occurrence due to excess secretion of the parathyroids. And loss of mucopolysaccharide from the bone matrix. Now, hypoparathyroidism. Serum calcium level falls to low level, and plasma phosphate concentration increases neuromuscular excitability, tetany, painful, spontaneous, prolonged contraction of the muscles occurs. And there is another condition, pseudoparathyroidism. Here the parathyroid hormone secretes, but no receptor. Due to absence of receptors, they are not reached to the target organs. These are the books. By these books, I have prepared the materials. Histology, a text and atlas, Ross and Reed. Then Victor P. Ryoshenko, Atlas of Histology, Mammalian Endocrinology by B.N. Jadhav, Introduction to Endocrinology by Negi, Medical Physiology by Ashish Das, Essential of Human Physiology, R. Suresh, Conscience, Medical Physiology, S.K. Choudhury, and Human Physiology, Volume 2, C.C. Chatterjee. Thank you, everybody.